After Ruth Wilson made allegations about her experience on the affair 4 years ago, Dominic West is now expressing his support for her. In August 2018, 42-year-old Wilson declared that she will not be going back to the show. But 2 years later, the actress disclosed that she had left because of some things she didn't feel safe about. Regarding Wilson's allegations, West, 54, said in an April 21 interview with the Sunday Times, "We talked a lot about it and I suppose I did experience it. Although I genuinely dislike discussing it, everything Ruth has stated is spot on." The Crown star's remarks follow Wilson's interview with Stylist from November 2020, in which she discussed her decision to leave the show. "I haven't entered the affair because I haven't figured out how to talk about it," she said at the time. According to The Hollywood Reporter, "There's a lot of noise and anger surrounding it, and really the power rests with me to choose how I discuss my life and my experiences. It's crucial to note that I did raise my voice. Yes, I had a voice. Yes, I did defend my rights," she remarked. "There was a situation on the affair where things didn't feel right, and I dealt with them, and I managed to protect myself." She departed, according to Wilson, because of some things she didn't feel safe about. "Even though it was before Harvey Weinstein and #MeToo, I had very strong instincts about what I felt was wrong, about what was happening, and about things that didn't feel safe," she continued. Insiders said in a December 2019 report in The Hollywood Reporter that Wilson was against recording some of the show's often occurring nude sequences, particularly when it didn't seem necessary for her to be naked. According to a person who spoke with the site, Sarah Treem, the showrunner, would try to cajole actors to get naked and the atmosphere on the program was very toxic. Showtime said it has a safe environment for actors to do their best work in a prior statement to People. "We promptly start a process, managed by our compliance team for our own shows, or closely work with the relevant production studio for series we license from other parties, when we receive a report of inappropriate behavior involving anyone within our offices or productions." The Showtime representative stated that proper and prompt action was taken in the cases that THR is mentioning. In a guest post for Deadline published in December 2019, Treem addressed the accusations stated in the THR piece. Treem added, "Writers from The Hollywood Reporter contacted me a little less than 2 weeks ago to say they were going to publish an article about how I created a hostile work environment and asked for a response. Sadly, neither my viewpoint nor the opinions of many of the 6 senior-level producers, the director, and other important crew members who spoke up found their way into the narrative." Treem also talked about a sexual scene that was filmed for the show's 2nd season. Wilson reportedly insisted on filming the rapey sequence with a body double, according to THR. "Did I realize that passage seems like a fantasy for men?" Treem wrote, of course, in reference to the incident in which Wilson's character was pressed up against a tree, as THR reports. "That was the main idea. The matter at hand concerned viewpoints, especially with regard to challenging the masculine narrative." Wilson didn't approve of the scene, she continued, saying that it wasn't a surprise because they had been disagreeing on the character's choices since the 2nd episode. "That day, like most other days, we had a long conversation about the scene, back and forth with notes, some adjustments were made, and Ruth performed the scene as she believed her character would," Treem said. "Which did change the scene's intended meaning to something that didn't appear consenting. However, we had talked about the scene, and Ruth made her artistic decisions. Next, for any nudity, we brought in a body duplicate. And that's what we broadcasted." The affair executive producer Jeffrey Reiner, Girls founder Lena Dunham, and other attendees were seen at a group dinner that was reported in the THR article. Dunham claimed that Reiner had sent her a lewd picture and urged her to convince Wilson to show her tits, or at least some bag on the program. Wilson and Dunham's representatives did not respond to People's requests for comment at the time, and assistant director on the show and longtime Reiner colleague Cleta Ellington remembered the conversation differently than what was reported in the THR article. Treem writes, "After learning about the incident, I returned to New York and made an effort to ascertain the truth. I asked Showtime to take action on several occasions. I intended to address the actors and crew, halt work, provide sensitivity training, and offer my apologies for what had happened. Rather, I was instructed to remain within predetermined talking points and allow the network to handle the reaction. Showtime execs instructed me to remove Ruth from the series at the end of the third season. Get the best of people, from captivating human interest stories to juicy celebrity news, by subscribing to their free daily newsletter. Don't miss a story. Although THR stated Wilson effectively disproved the idea of a sexual assault attempt in her last episode, Wilson, who portrayed Allison Lockhart on the Showtime series, did not return for season 5 of the affair and was killed off in a horrific murder. Treem insisted that she thought the attempted sexual assault was an essential component of Wilson's character's journey, even though she acknowledged in the deadline column that it was in her original script. Allison had to leave, Treem said. However, in order for a character to vanish from a show like this, she has to pass away. We followed our characters everywhere they went, so she couldn't just turn around and head back home. Though I adored her character and wanted to wrap up her story in a meaningful way, I could have written that she was struck by a bus in the first episode.